contemplate how long you guys are going to be doing this and how long you have still, no matter how old, what stage of the game you are, how many years you have left of this. And it underscores even further why you need to get the business model and the marketing systems in place and start following them, right? Like it's just such a game changer. But enough about me ranting on that. We can get right into the questions. For those of you that showed up late, by the way, don't worry. I'm going to send you a replay. You can get caught up on the video that you missed if you're so inclined. To do the Q&A, how do we do it? If you are one of the brave ones with your camera on, like Emily and Dina and Catherine and Sandra and Dave, you guys can just raise your hands and Daniel, and I'll see you, right? Like, hey, I've got a question. And then we can bring you on and unmute you. For everyone else, at the bottom of your Zoom window, there's this little smiley face, and it says reactions, a little plus sign. So you can click that, and what that'll let you do is raise your hand, digitally speaking, and that lets me know, like, hey, you've got a question, you want to come on. And you can ask about anything, too. Anything that we do, our storefronts is a business, anything that you are struggling with currently in your business, or that you think you're struggling with, or that you think you need to be working on. And if you don't want to turn your camera on, you don't have to turn your camera on, okay? I hate being on video, so I totally understand if you don't want to be on video. That is all good. And then if you're one of the ones that's watching on Facebook or YouTube or Twitter, I can see your comments, so you can just hammer out questions there if you're so inclined, and we can bring those into the stream as well. But we need somebody to kick us off. It always takes someone brave first. All right, Dave, we'll get you next. Catherine went first. So Catherine, I'm going to grab you first, and then I'll cycle down. You need to unmute, Catherine. It's a little microphone icon, bottom left-hand corner. Yep, gotcha.
How do we go about setting up a website?
With us, well, you get one if you sign up with us, and your options are you can either pay us to do it all for you, or you can do it, and we've got really good documentation and support and walk you through the whole thing. It's really pretty easy.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that was it. It was just really short, succinct, to the point, Catherine. I mean, all business. I like it. I like it. All right, thank you. All right, did you have one too, Sandra, or no? I can't tell if you did or you didn't. But anyway, Dave, I'm getting you next. Go ahead.
Hey, I've been on a number of these calls, and I don't know if I've heard this question come up before, but what happens when new people join? What's it like on the inside, as you refer to it? Is there an inside group, inside Zoom calls like what we've got going on here on the Monday, Wednesday, Fridays?
Oh, yeah.
What does it look like once we cross the line and actually commit to our artistic future with you guys?
Yeah, so as soon as you sign up, we immediately begin an intense and painful process of harassment until you get your website live. And that goes on the short end of things, 7 days, sometimes a month, depending on how long it takes people to get up. And then there's like 7 classes a week like these on the inside for various different things, support related, get live, onboarding, and then we have like more in-depth, intense sessions based on where you are in terms of revenue, total revenue. So we kind of split sessions out that way. And then we usually have topic-specific sessions, and there's an internal Facebook group, and we have like all kinds of stuff going on the inside. But yeah,
even better is what you're saying than the fabulousness that we already get to experience.
Yes, it is indeed. It is. That doesn't mean it's easy though. You still have to do the work.
No, right? No. Yeah, totally get it. And you've made that really clear. I mean, you've said from day one it's not an easy process, but we're here to get you over the line and get you to be successful as an artist or photographer. If somebody places an order and it's fulfilled through like Bayfoot, or I forget who you said is on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if there's an issue with that order? Do they get routed back to the lab, or does that come back to us as the artist?
I always get in trouble for saying this, but I don't care. I'll just say it. The labs are so big and they do such volume that when there is a problem, inevitably damaged in shipping, something's not happy with the print, maybe the print has a cut in it, whatever the case may be, they don't even ask any questions. They just say, great, just dispose of that other one, and they reprint another one and they send it immediately. And it's not even worth it for them mathematically to deal with it. So they're just like, they build it into their cost structure and they don't care. They're like, okay, great, boom, done.
And can we have some items that are self-fulfilled and some
Yeah.
that are drop ship.
Yep. Yep. Automatic fulfillment versus self-fulfillment. Yep. All day.
Okay. And we can have a happy mix of both of those.
Yeah. I mean, inevitably, like it has to be that way, right? Because painters are the ones that have possession of the originals always, right? So they have to be the one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Thanks, Dave.
You bet.
Okay. Who else? All right, Sandra, I got you. Don't worry. Yep, gotcha.
Hi. I started a theme. I studied collage with a couple of women that gave workshops. They're internationally known. And recently I started a theme of culture, theme that shows countries and all the different things that define them as a culture, like the art, the music, whatever else, in forms of some kind of an image. I'm kind of thinking this might have a positive take on it because of the way the world is right now and how people are sort of trying to demonstrate their cultures. I don't want it to be a source of entitlement or vying for position, but just wondering if there's something there that's healing about that. And I've run it past a couple of one fringe gallery and a couple of other artistic friends. They think it might be a good workshop to give. Would you have any input into what you think about that, or?
No, not really. I'm more the ship it type. I'd be like, okay, Sandra, that idea is great. Go do it.
Okay.
Go do it immediately. Stop talking about it and go get some feedback, and then let's find out what happens, right?
Okay, bye.
Yeah, bye. Get going immediately. I'm sort of kidding, but I'm not really kidding. Like, I think endemic in this community is like talking about things and contemplating things, and I like to see more action and more movement, right? So we literally have like a mantra that says like just ship it, right? And a perfect example is I will run my first live art show once I get done, once I get 10 prints, or once I get a few more followers, or once it gets a little bit warmer, once I get no. That is all nonsense. Do one, grab this, grab the work, turn the camera on, and go, right? So that's what I say. That's what I say in those situations. Ship it, Sandra, ship it. Get it in the water immediately. Okay. Thank you. Molly, you're up next. Go ahead. You'll need to unmute Molly, bottom left-hand corner. Are you there, Molly?
Yes.
Ah, now I got you.
So I was on another call with art storefronts, and I was told that just a print, like say an 8x10 print, costs $18.59 on artist paper. And my question is, like, what do you sell it for, and how much does the artist get?
So the way that it works is you get a price sheet from us, right, that has all the prices that the printers charge. And then you are free to set your markup. So we have a recommended markup, right? Like we recommend you set a 250% markup. But let's just say, let's say the thing costs you, the printer charges you $100 for the thing, right? That's the wholesale cost on the item. You mark it up to whatever you want, mark it up. So like say you mark it up to $300. Then when the order comes in, the printer immediately gets paid the $100. You immediately get paid the $200, and that's that.
Okay, and if they choose to get it framed, how does that work?
So it doesn't happen online as often as you think it does.
Oh, okay.
Like and that's just full disclaimer. It's situational. Let me put it that way, Molly. It's situational, meaning like if you're the artist and you're like, hey, this is my piece. My vision for this piece is that it comes in this frame because that's the way that I like to present it. That's what it is. That sells all the time. Yeah. I'm going to go online and I'm going to look at 25 different frames online and then buy it online, that just doesn't happen. That doesn't happen all that often. It really just doesn't. And everyone tells you that it happens all the time, and they are lying. Because there are so many different like crazy frame shops and startups that have like tried to solve the how do you do framing online and really get it to work, and they've all spent so much money and no one ever has. Frames are so expensive. So, you know, we have the ability to show frames and to visualize them, right?
Right.
Which I think is really, really important, the visualization part of it. But they just don't sell a ton online. They really don't. Most people just like to get it framed locally, and that's how it works. So as long as you show it, I think you're doing a great job. And then other than that, you don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Good questions, though. Do the labs at ASF work with other framing options? No, I think they each have a framing option, and you can either use what they have, or you can just have people frame it, frame them on their own or whatever. But like I said, it's most people just do it on their own unless you have it set, right? You can get into the crazy analysis paralysis like really, really quickly. One cool thing that we did do is we updated one of our kind of core features offerings is we have this thing called the wall preview tool. We've had it forever. And essentially it lets you cycle through some like different rooms, right? And so I should probably just go back. So they can be on your site, and let's say, they're looking at this piece of art and they're like, this is interesting, I want to do a wall preview. They can click a wall preview, right? And you can change the rooms that you're looking at. You can change the size of the print that you're looking at, right? And one of the cool updates that we just did is now you can move the print around. So they can move the print around anywhere they want on the piece, which is kind of cool. You've always been able to change the wall color to whatever wall color you want. We have all the paint from like Benjamin Moore and Sherman Williams. But what also is really cool now is that they can click upload and upload an image of their room. So if they want to, you can grab the phone, shoot your space, upload it here, and then they can look at the piece in their actual room, in their actual house, which is a new feature that we did, which is kind of cool, kind of fun. So you can move these things anywhere. Anyway, a new feature update that we shipped in the last couple of days, which we do all the time. Okay. What else? Questions? I mean, my default thing to do is pick on the ones that have the cameras on. So Daniel, you asked a pricing question. I might as well unmute you. So you were asking, what are the price differences on the various different packages? Basically, there's a few that have more bells and whistles in terms of software features, and then the other price differences account for a lot of times people will buy like multiple years to save money, so they do that. But have you done the demo yet and seen all the bells and whistles and all of that?
I did do part of that.
Mm-hmm.
I got in late on it though, so I didn't get to see everything from the start.
Oh yeah. But did they get into all the pricing in the packages?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yes. Yeah. And extra, free years if you buy so many and all that. And
yeah, I have the limited amount of space left in my small and shrinking brain to know what all the damn plans are and packages and everything else. I'm sort of a level above. I'm at the level like, do these people know what the hell they're talking about, and can I trust them? That's my job. But they're running.
So you got a team, you got a special people that you talk to that handles the pricing and the packages.
Yeah. I mean, I know the basics. I just don't memorize.
There seems to be a lot of variables.
Yeah. The most important thing for me is that no matter what plan you get on, you get 100% of the marketing education, which is the most important thing, right? From like day one, you need to start learning. You need to get better at it, and it is a journey. It's the part of this whole thing.
How long are these classes you were talking about? Like,
Depends.
7 days a week type stuff.
Yeah, I think they're currently 6 days a week. I can't remember if we have one on Saturday. If we do or if we don't, I don't know. I'd have to go and look.
I mean, how long are they usually?
Yeah, it varies. They all have like a different structure to them. Some of them are longer than others. Some of them have like a short little presentation up front, and some people just clock in for the presentation and leave. And then a lot of them, almost all of them, have kind of like the open Q&A like we're doing right now. And it's crazy. It's crazy to me, and it speaks to, because pre-COVID we never even had one. Hadn't had one in the history of the whole company, and then we realized like when COVID hit, like, oh my gosh, things are going to get insane here. We better step up our game. Since the inception of them, okay, whether it's the internal ones or whether it's the one that you're on right now, and it doesn't even matter who the teacher is, so it's like not like I'm taking credit. People will stay on sometimes for an hour and 2 hours just to listen to the Q&A because they get so much value from other artists, other photographers asking
Other
the questions. Yeah, and again, like I'm not taking credit of like how smart we are as a business, but there's just such a paucity, there's such a dearth of like that type of educational content out there for artists and photographers that like everyone is just so switched onto it, and I think find it incredibly helpful. So multiple times we'll have people.
I'm just thinking like how much effort is it going to take on a daily basis to do this marketing as opposed to the time you need for creative work?
Yeah, it's a balance you have to strike. You'll always have to strike, right? And there's speed to it, like any other equation. Like, the more of it you do, the faster you get rolling, you're moving. But you end up just carving out the hours that you have to do it on a weekly basis. And there's learning how to do the thing, and then there's actually executing and doing the thing. And so you give what you can give, and you move as fast as you can have. And there's some people that show up to every single solitary class session, just about, right? Like the Tuesday, Thursday ones are the core ones. And then there's some that haven't been in years. And then there's some that will come just when a topic really piques their interest. And then they'll leave and they'll go back and work on their business and everything in between. So,
but there's always ongoing classes.
Always ongoing classes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
And someone asked, like, if you miss them, of course they're always recorded, right? And we do like a little video table of content, so you can like pop around to the various different sections in it, which is awesome. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. So there's all of
Thank
that.
You.
Yeah. My pleasure.
Thank you.
You have to have it though, like. We learned early on that digital education, by which I mean, hey Daniel, here's the guide to running a Mother's Day sale. Do this, and this. Here you go. Like, that's all well and good, but if you don't have a class to actually teach people what the hell all that is, they don't do it. Nobody, very, very few actually truly like the just here it is, read this, go ahead and do it on your own. Good luck, right? Like nobody likes that. Nobody wants to do that. You need like a class, right? So it's like, this is our playbook for the Mother's Day sale for 2022, right? Starting on April 9th, so starting tomorrow is the first task, which is prep. And then we do collector early access. And then we launch the sale on Monday. And then we do a video announcement. And so there's all these steps, right? And each one of the steps, there is various different tasks that you have to do, right? And like the prep, like how are you gonna think about your sale? What discount are you gonna do? You got to create the Mother's Day coupon. Here's what we tell you to do. Here's the email text. Here's some things that you need to get done, right? And we have like videos and like we have templates and the language for absolutely everything. This looks awesome, right? This looks so insanely thorough. Even that's not enough. That's not enough. Because if we don't have the corresponding class that says, here are the things that you need to do, here are the things that might trip you up, right? I don't get as many people taking action on it. So you sort of have to have the one and the two, all sort of working together. Like the peer learning, cohort-based learning, I think is like the buzzword for it today in A is Zoom classes where you go through the thing and then also have the calendar and then also have like the educational piece that people can do on their own. So that's what I would say. And who teaches the classes? Dave, myself, members of the marketing team, members of my team. So we have like the whole bunch of different staff that teaches it. Sometimes customers teach them too, depending if they're a specialist at this, that, or the other, which makes it pretty fun. Especially as we grow now, we're starting to get more and more like, individual specialists that specialize in various different aspects. Like if somebody's really, really good at doing Instagram and doing Instagram Reels, they'll teach a class on Instagram Reels. It's cool. So that sort of thing is expanded as we moved along. And rolled along. Yeah, Alyssa, I see your comments on YouTube. I'm not sure. I want to respond to you. I'm not sure if we have a class on that. I am not sure about the merch class. But I know we haven't been getting a ton of complaints about the images like going onto merch correctly. So I think there's got to be a disconnect somewhere. Unless I would have support walk you through. Alyssa's just asking, like, one of the things that we allow our customers to do, empower our customers to do, I should say, is sell merch, right? And merch is awesome and it's an amazing thing, but it can be a little sticky too, because okay, here is an iPhone case, right? They're going to order an iPhone case with your image on it. So the question becomes, how do you get like the right cropped on the image and get it completely dialed in the way that you want? So we have some stuff where, some of them where you can totally adjust the entire thing yourself. And then we have others where it's totally completely fixed. And, sometimes you just have to be careful on how it all works out. Some people like giving their customers the ability to like adjust and tweak it. And then others are like, no, this is what it is. I don't want them playing with it. Make it just like this. That's it. We're done. Thank you. So it's always a little bit of a, like what's going to get on there? What's going to get cropped? But anyway, let's merge. All right, Molly's back. Go ahead, Molly. I think you're back. I don't know if that was a hand raise. Oh, you are.
Does art storefronts help at all with like recommending shippers for large oil paintings?
No, not really. I mean, how it works is we have a private Facebook group, and a lot of times what ends up happening is like, hey, I'm located in such and such. Do you have any ideas in terms of shipping? Who did you use? What did you do? Right? And then everybody usually chimes in on like, I did this, I did that. Oh, you did this, I did that. What did you do? Who did you use? And then it gets down to like the who's best to use for boxes and what's the best inserts to use and who does the packing and everything else.
Okay.
But what I've found, Molly, do you know what's hard to do?
What?
Sell the thing. You know what's not hard to do? Everything else.
Okay.
Everything else is easy if you just sell the thing. So my point is that I've talked to enough artists and photographers. One of my favorites is like, well, I don't know how I'm gonna charge taxes for European orders. So I've got to go and consult an accountant. And I'm like, have you sold anything to Europe yet? And they're like, no, but I need to be prepared. Don't worry about it until you sell the thing. Right? Go and sell the thing first and then talk to an accountant. So it's an issue of priorities. All you have to do is sell the thing, Molly, and then once the buyer buys it and says, hey, I need to work out shipping, you just say, no problem. I've been looking into getting a new shipping carrier. Let me go get you the quotes and I'll get back to you. Totally okay. And the best thing about shipping, the best thing, the one thing that everybody on here can just go, yes, this is awesome. Wall art has not been Amazonified yet. What do I mean by that? The expectation when someone buys wall art is not that it ships for free. It's just not. It's not translated into this industry, and thank God we don't ever want it to translate into this industry, right? Like, stay out, stay away. So that's what I would say. You'll be okay.